This is Kelso Sturgeon. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of Handicapping 101. We have a lot to talk about today, and it might not be a bad idea to get a pencil and keep it handy. I'm going to share with you some notes that might lead you to a winner this week, and you might want to jot them down. Coming off a dynamite weekend in the NFL, the whole world is getting buried in the NFL, but I went 5-0-1 this last Sunday. Won my 200-unit NFL Game of the Year as Seattle got the cash, came right back on Monday night, took down a 50-unit play on the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys, and I intend to come right back this week and keep right on firing. Of really great interest is my Chairman's Club, 22-7-1 in college and NFL football this season. And keep in mind that membership is still open in all my football clubs. The price is obviously prorated and drastically reduced for the rest of the season. Think about getting on board with my Best Bets Club, my Personal Best Club, or my Chairman's Club. Keep in mind that my Personal Best Club members last week took down 250 units of winning action, a $100 play there, got all those people $25,000 on one weekend. $100 a unit, $25,000 comeback, a nice way to go. Now this week, a reminder of what's coming on Saturday, my 100-unit college situation play of the year, a game that has two teams, one in a very positive situation, one in a very negative situation, and I intend to take down the cash right there with another 100-unit play. And on Saturday night, going for my fourth straight 25-unit winning Saturday night special. I've released 4 of these games this season. I've won them all, and I've got game number 5, winner number 5 on Saturday night. Then on Sunday, it'll be my 50-unit NFL game of the week, 5-2 in these games. All these games will be released on my website that you're on right now, or toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. I do take all major credit cards. Keep in mind, too, that the NBA season is underway and that you can get the entire college and NBA basketball seasons for just $249. And by the way, the colleges begin next week. Or if you wish, you can play by the day for $15 or by the week for $49. But by far, your best buy is to come in for the season for $249. It'll get you a load of best bet plays in both the colleges and the NBA every single week. Now let's get to the college football season and this weekend. You know, we've reached a point in the college football season that we get to every single year, and most people overlook it because they don't realize what's happening until after the fact, and then they realize that things had changed and they were not aware. We're at a point in the season right now where the good teams, like the Alabamas, the LSUs, the Oregons, the good teams get better because they have depth and talent, and they have the ability to play their entire 12-game season at the highest level. And then we have the other teams, the weaker teams. The weaker teams start to get better, get worse right now. They're beaten down from injuries. They don't have the quality players the really standout teams have. They don't have the depth the standout teams have. And right now they're diminished in their value and their performance profile for the season. I bring this up because you can still count on the good teams, the outstanding teams, to come through for you. You better be very, very cautious with the weaker teams, because even though they might even be, let's say, 6-1 or 5-2 at this point of the season, their profile is going to go right in the tank. It goes every single season. And this will be no exception. Now, I know this might sound very elementary to you, but I've got to give you 3 quick reminders here. You know, you must check injury reports. You know, I was going over 34 pages of college injury reports today, and there are some teams out there that have 5 and 6 starters that'll be out this weekend, and nobody's paying any attention. You must find out if the team you've been watching is going to be the team that'll be on the field this week. In many cases, it's not. You must check the injury reports before you bet. And this sounds even more elementary, and I'm almost ashamed to have to say it again, but I know a lot of you don't pay attention. Check the weather at game site, at game time, before you bet your money, and know what the elements are going to be in which this team is going to be playing. I have never seen a football season that so many games were delayed because of lightning, wind, rain, whatever, And the weather across the country has been, number one, quite unexpected in some of these spots, and violent like I've never seen it. And you must pay attention to the weather. So check those things, injuries and weather. And last but not least, just a reminder, because there's always a potential that a game won't go the distance. Games become official after they've been played for 55 minutes. Now, just 3 or 4 notes about the football games this weekend. There's some giant plays coming up. And here's where you might want to use your pencil. 8-0 Michigan State is at Iowa, and there is the Iowa Hawkeyes are in a bounce upward mode off a loss against Wisconsin last week. I would be tempted to lay the points with Iowa this week, even though Michigan State is undefeated. I didn't say I was going to, I said I would be tempted to. Then we have a situation with Florida and Georgia meeting in their traditional matchup in Jacksonville. Florida's coming off 3 straight wins, almost unheard of. That's going to be a tough call for me, but that could be a big-time game if you can find the edges in that one. And then, last but not least, we have Missouri, undefeated at Nebraska, and Missouri's coming off its biggest win probably in the last 15 seasons, a victory over Oklahoma. They are in a bounce downward mode, and I would be tempted to take Nebraska in that game. Well, that's it for college football for right now. I'll be back here tomorrow with a new report. Please join me.